area that's potential there.
Okay. I mean, if you want to talk to her and let me know a number that works, and I'll talk to my team on it. I know we are being a little conservative overall because I mean the market is kind of adjusting a path with inflation and interest rates. So I mean we're being a little conservative over the next 12, 18 months. Just kind of little speculation. I mean, we're definitely noticing a lot more homes sitting on the market. I mean, and it's all price point driven too. I mean, if you throw, on the lower price point, they're definitely moving fast. The higher end sitting a little bit longer. But let us, after talking with your wife, let us know what makes sense, and I'll talk to my team and rerun the numbers and everything with them and see. But I mean, like I said, you guys are in a good position. You know what you're doing, and it might be better for you to hang on to them. But if you guys got a number, definitely let me know.
Okay, so you guys pretty much buy the property and renovate and sell?
So we do a variety of stuff. I mean, we do everything from wholesaling to flips, and right now we're trying to do a lot more buy and holds with like seller finance. So we're getting ready to close on a 4-unit down in Jacksonville where the owner's carrying a note on it. And we're just making payments to him. So we're doing a lot of those structures, and we're going to take the 4-unit and convert it to like a short-term corporate rental. So like traveling nurses and stuff like that. So we're looking more at that right now. But I mean, we're always open to anything that makes sense.
So you are not just in Washington D.C. area. You pretty much in other state too, huh?
Yeah, so we got a pretty good team. I mean, there's about 15 of us all together, and then we have a couple partners that we partner with in other areas. We're always looking. So one of my main partners that started the company, he's actually in the DC area, so he knows that area really well, and we hit a lot in there. Baltimore, Maryland, it's the same thing, but like that whole area, Ohio. So we do a lot of our marketing there, but yeah, Florida is definitely hot. We're trying to pick some stuff up there, Georgia, Texas. So
you say Florida is pretty hot.
Yeah, Florida. I mean, Florida's a hot state just because it's weather-wise, and a lot of people from California are going to Florida, just for like political reasons, because it's the same weather. You still got the beach. It's still like that same vibe. So Florida is definitely a hot spot for us that we're hitting pretty hard.
Okay. So, yeah, I have several houses in Melbourne, in Florida.
Oh, nice. I mean,
yeah, I'm thinking about getting more from the area. I don't know if that's a good idea. So right now you can get it for around $200,000 something.
It's the way we see it, as long as the numbers make sense for everybody. I mean, it's whether the market's hot or low or whatever, the deal works for everybody, and the numbers work. That's all that really matters. I mean, Florida's definitely hot. It's a pretty good market. We're doing a lot. We're working on getting 2 homes on 1 lot in Tampa. Working on some stuff in Miami. So Florida's definitely a focal point for us.
Okay.
If you're looking too, I mean, we come across a lot of stuff. So I mean, if you have something in mind, or you're looking, we could definitely throw you on a list in the area. And if we come across something that doesn't work for us, let you know about it or whatever. Because we don't buy a lot of stuff traditionally. I mean, a lot of what we do is all seller financed, where we negotiate with somebody that's just tired of dealing with the rental and doesn't want to get a huge tax hit. So we give them a small, down payment, whatever that looks like, and some monthly payments over time. And it's a good structure for a lot of people. And that's typically how we buy our buy and hold properties.
What do you mean by seller finance? I mean, you buy the property?
So just for an example, we'll say the Fisher property. You go from, there's no house on there. So say you had a duplex and you owned it free and clear, whatever the scenario looked like. We would buy it from you on terms, which means you go from being the owner to being the bank. So if you had a $300,000 property and, you're a savvy investor because you own quite a few properties, instead of taking that big tax hit on $300,000, we'd go in and say, look, we'll give you $40,000 down, $1,200 a month for 5 years, and then there's a balloon payment with the interest, and that's a good way of avoiding paying taxes, still getting income coming in, and you no longer have to deal with the property. So you go from being the owner to being the Wells Fargo. You go in a bank position.
Okay, I do have I had 2 apartment buildings in DC.
Okay.
Okay, so if your company interested, I don't know. So how it work? For one is 9 unit apartment building,
Okay.
and the market value probably about 1.2 million right now. So if your company want to buy it, how it work?
So we come to terms on something. You say, you know, if the property is worth, we'll just say 1.2 million, and you say you want 10% up front. That way you can take it and roll it into something else, and $3,000 a month. Then we come to terms on that. We just make the numbers work for all parties. So, you know, when we buy a property with seller financing, we take over all the responsibilities: taxes, insurance, maintenance. We're dealing with all the tenants. You literally are in a bank position, and you know, the way we typically structure everything, you know, if a normal bank, if you go buy a house with, you know, a loan through Wells Fargo, they actually have to go through a foreclosure process if you don't make payments and stuff like that. What we do is we set up, it's called a deed in lieu, or a performance deed that says if we don't make payments in 60 days, we get abducted by aliens or disappear. All you got to do is go down to the recorder's office and show them the proof that, hey, they haven't made payments, and the deed automatically goes back to your name and the property's yours again. And you keep all the initial money that we put down and everything like that. So it makes it real stress-free in that situation. So, I mean, if you have a property you're open to that on, we could run some numbers and kind of go back and forth and see if it works. But it's good for people that are tired of dealing with tenants. A lot of the people, like the guy that we're buying the 4-unit from in Jacksonville, he owns 20 properties. He sold a couple, all cash, because he wanted some money. And now we're negotiating several properties with terms. We're closing on one today with him. And now he's looking at the monthly income structure. So he has the money he needs, and he's retiring and going away and wants to go travel. And he's still going to be collecting, you know, $2,500 a month on just that one property we're closing, and he no longer has to do nothing. So,
maybe that's a good way, because I'm a bit tired of, you know, managing those companies. You have to find a good management company, and sometimes they did pretty well, sometimes they don't. Yesterday I just received a trash violation ticket, and I care that because the management company, they hired one trash picker company, and they did not bring the trash container back to the backyard.
So you got
those kind of minor things, you know. And DC is kind of the market is going up a lot, and that's good for me, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, just sometimes I'm getting old. I'm 65 right now, you know, and I'm thinking about maybe I should just find some way, and so I can just relax and let other people to manage or whatever.
And that's the benefit of seller financing right there, because you get some money up front. We talk whatever the payment makes sense a month. You know, it's because we are taking over all responsibility. So I mean, if your total rents are $6,000, we can't give you $5,000 a month or whatever that looks like, because we are paying the taxes, insurance, the maintenance. We're dealing with all those citations. We're dealing with the move out, and then getting it cleaned up to get the next tenant in there. But that's our goal, you know, is to take a property over and make it better as quick as possible, and get it performing to its fullest potential. I mean, that's ideally what we're doing.
So you have do you have your own management company, or you will hire some management company?
So it all varies based upon where it's at and what we're doing with the property. So like, you know, if they're in Maryland, my partners more take on some of the responsibility there. You know, if it's something that we're negotiating in Birmingham, Alabama, because we were negotiating a portfolio down there of like 12 properties, we'll probably have an outside source manage that once it's done, because none of us are local to that spot. So it really varies, and each property will have a different format or plan that we come up with. I can have my partner reach out. His name's Olu. He's actually in Maryland. He knows the area a lot more than me. And you guys can kind of discuss what you have, and we can try to put some stuff together and kind of go from there. See if it makes sense. But I mean, if you're tired of citations and you want to relax and just not deal with it, it could be a good form for you, you know?
So if we make a deal, so I sold the property to you guys, I still have the deed.
No, we actually purchased the property from you. You just go in the first lien position on the property. Just think if I was buying the property from you and using a loan with Wells Fargo, I'm actually buying the property from you, but instead of using Wells Fargo, you go from being the owner to being Wells Fargo. So you go from being the owner to being the bank, which we all know that the banks make more money than anybody else. So it's a good position.
So if say after 5 years, if the price going up a lot, then when we sell, for example, you sell for $2 million, and that's all the money will go to your company, right?
Well, yeah, because we negotiate the price and everything up front. And I mean, we don't oppose paying retail or what the property's worth or even more if it makes sense. And we agree to pay interest over time. So you're accumulating interest as well on the property. And then at year 5 or year 10 or whatever, then we figure out what's best. Do we just pay it off cash? Do we refinance to pay you off? Do you want to extend it? Do you like those payments coming in? Because that's another option too. I mean, some people will go 5 years. They like the cash flow coming in and they just want to extend it because if they receive a big chunk of money, they have to pay taxes on it. So there's not really one way to do this. It's really open-ended and you could be very creative on it. But everything we do, we go through a title company, attorneys, escrow, whatever, depending on whatever state we're in, and go through everything the appropriate way, just like you're buying a house from a realtor or whatever you're doing.
Okay, so that means I sold the property to you guys.
Yeah.
I just collect the money every month.
Yes. So you just collect whatever we negotiate. So if it's $2,500 a month that we say we're going to pay you for 5 years or 7 years or whatever we decide, then you collect that money up to that point. And then if we got to year 5 and you're like, you know what, guys, I don't know, I get paid off. I like my $2,500 a month. Keep it coming. I'm good. Then we could just extend it, or we could pay it off, or whatever that looks like.
Also, after 5 years, I have options that you guys to pay off or continue the term, something.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, and it really all varies 100%. I mean, I'm working on negotiating 4 duplexes in Knoxville, Tennessee, and the guy don't want nothing down. He is talking to his CPA and everyone because he's a retired school teacher and he doesn't want to manage properties. So he's going to figure out what is the most we could pay him a month where it makes sense for all of us. It doesn't affect his taxes, and he wants to do a 20-year payment plan because he's just retired. He wants to travel, and that's what he wants to do. So that's what we're looking at structuring now.
Okay, so that way I can avoid a lot of capital gain, right?
Absolutely. Because that's the situation you get in. You have this property you're tired of dealing with, but you sell it, you pay what, a third to the government for the taxes, or you have to go buy something else.
Right.
So, and there's very few options that you could go buy something where you're still not involved. I mean, there's some, like commercial triple net properties, like you could maybe go buy like a Starbucks where you're buying the commercial building and, Starbucks is your tenant and you don't have a lot of responsibilities that way. I mean, there's very few options where you really have the freedom to go do what you want.
Oh, okay. How about the single family house or duplex in DC? Are you guys interested?
We'll look at anything. I mean, honestly, we initially called you on your property that we have a couple partners that develop, which is what we would do on this. We are also working on negotiating 138 units in Birmingham, Alabama, and we buy crack houses in Chicago. Like we are negotiating some really bad homes in Chicago. The deals make sense to rehab. We're not opposed to anything.
Yeah, because I'm a flipper. I flip the house.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just kind of like I want to take a break. So I have a two duplex, like a townhouse in Washington D.C. and one single family house in PT County, Maryland, and it's on the market right now. But because the interest rate kind of a little bit high right now, it's kind of difficult to find a qualified buyer.
Yep.
It's not like last year. Last year I can find a qualified buyer so quick in 1 or 2 days.
Oh yeah.
But right now the market is kind of still people are still looking, but just I found it difficult to find a qualified buyer. So I don't know if you guys are interested in this kind of property.
Yeah, I have a meeting that I have to jump in right now, and it's actually with my partners. I'll have him reach out. His name is Olu, and I will have him reach out because he's local there, and he will be able to connect with you and know everything about your property. So let me have him reach out to you.
Okay, that'd be good.
All right, perfect. Well, I appreciate your time, and we'll see what we can do. But yes, we're
okay. Sounds good.
All right, perfect.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
All right, Brian, how do you think this call went?
I think it went good. Look, I went in to this phone call with an intention. I had a feeling he didn't want to sell those properties. And when he said that, I wanted to go in another direction. I know the guy owns like 25 properties. He sounds old, and I know he's old from previous conversations. So my goal was to lead it to talking about seller financing and trickling those crumbs in there. I think I said a few things, and I could have dug on the pain a little bit more on a few things. Reinstating the market kind of coming down. I think I anchored them at some numbers that I should have maybe said lower, but all in all, my intent was to express seller financing as soon as I seen the hesitation on those 3 lots. Because I just knew from previous conversations he's older, and he's mentioned a couple things about it before. And that was my intent on this call.
All right. So you already dug through the 4 pillars with him on another call, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, we had conversation about this land mainly, but he's just expressed that he's older, and that's why he's open to selling those development properties. But he knows the money potential. I mean, this guy's been an investor for a long time. He's bought and sold several properties. Like you said, he has 2 duplexes on the market. I think he has like 25 properties or something, is what the note said on here, or 17.
Yeah, something like that. What other?
And that was my one and only intent, was to get the terms kind of popped up, and that's why I just told some stories about some deals.
Yeah.
Just to spark that interest. And as soon as he mentioned citation, and he's just tired, it was game on.
All right. Other feedback for Brian. What do you guys think about Brian's call there?
I liked everything except for when he was telling him the terms. Instead of like asking, what terms would work best for you. He's getting very specific, like, oh yeah, paid off in 5 years, usually what we do, things like that. I'm like, why are you saying that, bro?
Yeah, I agree with you.
But everything else is great.
All right. Other feedback?
I love how many stories he tells. Like, he's making it relatable. He's giving him ideas on what it is about and using real life scenarios. Minus someone in Maryville. That one's not really real life anymore.
I think the third party stories made a huge difference on this call.
Yeah, definitely.
Other feedback for our guy, Brian?
Brian, I mean, this call really highlights you, just your rapport building ability. It's a hard call for me to break down because I think you did one hell of a job breaking down, building rapport. But at the same time, like listening to it, I feel as if you were and sometimes with a conversation in front of the seller a lot, and you were like spilling a lot of candy instead of like asking him more questions to really figure out like what he wants. But I think your style on how you are still got a lot of the job done, because he ended up telling you a lot of stuff. But I think he could have gave you a lot more on that call. But if I would have to grade this on a 1 to 10 scale, this would be an 8.
Yeah, I have
Appreciate it.
I have similar feedback, bro. It's like, this was such a good call on so many levels. And part of the reason you took the call where you did, I know it's because of how much experience you have in the game. Because there comes a point when you're talking to a seller, right, guys? This isn't Brian's first or second call with the seller. He's talked with him a few times. There comes a point where you're talking with a seller where you know that they need something, right? And you know that they're open to having a conversation. And so you have to talk about those things. You have to introduce it, features and benefits, like this is why, and they're just eating it up, right? And so you keep going down that line because they're ready for it. You don't have to play the typical strategy, sales games with them because they're ready for it. I do think that Brian could have spent a lot more time on, motivation, pain point, and, what's going on with these specific ones in DC, instead of as much time on the pitch. But I think him talking about that stuff and doing it in a way where he did it with the third party stories made a world of difference. And it was exactly what the seller needed at this point. Maybe just a little bit more time on motivation and pain. But you could hear it, like the guy was ready to hear this. And if he's ready, like, give it to him, like make the offer. Don't hold back if they're ready for it. Don't ask, well, what do you think? Or, what do you mean by that? If, they're ready for it, you know what I'm saying? So I think this was a really solid call, really great call.
And that is why I kind of threw a lot out there, and I agree with Todd too. Like throwing some of the numbers out that I did, I could have adjusted them, but I know he's savvy enough to understand what I threw out there, and that's why I kind of just did it that way. And I got to a point where I actually mentioned commercial properties. Like that was where I almost wanted to go with it, and I had to pull back on it. Because it is commercial triple net properties is a great form of passive income too. And he likes real estate. I was going to go down that path and I had to pull back. When I mentioned Starbucks and started going down there, I'm like, hang on, come back.
Yeah, that would have been definitely too much for him. But yeah, I think biggest thing on this call is just spend more time on motivation and pain. And if you're going to make like a spaghetti at the wall offer, make it extremely favorable to us. But overall, really good call.
Low anchor.
Yeah, that's that listening back. Yeah. And even after I said it on the call, I'm like, damn, I should have said something different. But yeah.
Yeah, good stuff though.
Piggybacking off of what everybody's been saying. Yeah, I think that was a great call you had. Great rapport throughout the whole conversation. One of the biggest things, like everybody said, was the storytelling. More so the examples that you provided, multiple examples that you provided that allowed him to get a good perception from different angles of what this is and what he can potentially do. And one of the biggest things that I think resonated with him was the fact that you said, yeah, we construct deals to how the seller needs it to be. So you gave different examples of different deals that you've done that have been structured differently. So I think that was very, very powerful. Way to go.
Thanks, man.
I love it. Awesome call. Glad we got to listen to
Well,
that.
I probably should have said crack houses in Chicago, but other than that, it was all right.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm gonna use that as content. All right,
But
Sean.
that reach out to him, man. He has some motivation there. I know from previous calls. I think this is a good one.
Yeah, for sure. I almost want you to be on the phone with me too, because it feels like he like really likes you in the way you talk. But I'd definitely give him a call.
Yeah, I can. I call him through smartphone. So ever we need to work that out. I'm down.
Awesome, bro. Let's go. I will provide more in value than I receive in payment from these sellers.
I will provide more
in value
than I receive in payment from these sellers.
I am the best problem solver for the seller situation. All of the sellers.
I am
the best
problem solver for the situation. All of the sellers.
I will intentionally find out the reason the seller wants to sell.
I will intentionally find out the reason the seller wants to sell.
Yes. Every rejection brings me closer to the next deal.
Every rejection brings me closer to
the next deal.
I am the best closer in the galaxy.
I am
the best closer in the galaxy.
Yes. I have all the tools I need to achieve my goals.
I have all the tools I need
to achieve my goals.
All right, y'all. Let's go out here. Let's get it. Oh, we got a couple people on mute. Y'all don't feel like y'all have all the tools you need to achieve your goals? Silence. Uh-oh. Hopefully closing deals.
Oh, I'm actually just listening.
All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you guys. Tony, I know it's your first day. It's all good. All good. New affirmations. But yeah, y'all, let's go out here. Let's get some contracts. I'm going to step off with Tony a little bit to tap in with her. And then we'll dive into the VO. All right, y'all, let's get it.
Sweet.
See y'all later.
See you guys, girls.
Peace.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to open up another meeting for me and Tony so I can just kind of give her some quick training and get her started in the right direction. Let me send this meeting invite to her. Copy invitation. Go. All right, y'all. Give me for 1 second. I'm about to just step off. I'm not feeling like 100%, so I need a second to go collect myself. I'll be right back.
Hello.
All right, y'all. Back and I'm better. Hey, Tony. Sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
It's fine. Yeah, I can hear you. So what type of dialer are you using for this one?
We use smartphone.
Yeah, I do.
Are you familiar with smartphone?
What?
Are you familiar with smartphone?
No.
Okay. No worries at all. That is what.
I thought you were asking, do you have a smartphone? Like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is confusing. That is a funny name for the company there. What did you think about the team meeting, Tony?
What?
What did you think about the team meeting, the one we just left?
Well, I mean, I can learn that. I mean, I just need a little more time to like focus with those. I wasn't able to finish the video that you sent me actually, and also I need to check everything with those scripts that the link that you sent me, the cheat sheet.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I need to check this further, and I think this is actually like it's already Thursday, so I don't think it's a good time of the week for me to start it. I think it would be best Monday.
Do you don't want to start?
I mean, if it's really needed for me to start right away, but I really have to check on this things that you sent me.
For sure. Okay. I don't expect you to start calling people today or tomorrow. But I did want you to jump in so that by next week you would be ready. I didn't want to delay until next week. If it's something where you can't, that's fine. Just let me know. But yeah, so basically, I don't expect you to start making calls today or even Monday of next week, honestly. I want you to get onboarded. I do think that feet to the fire is the best way to learn versus
Yeah, because I was thinking I'm not sure if I can do calls right away without checking everything here.
Yeah, I mean, it's all what you decide you want to do. If you decide you can do it, you will. If you decide you can't, then you won't. But I don't think the calls are hard. It's mostly just kind of doing similar stuff that you've already done, and just the main thing I tell people is don't overthink it. You're really just on the phone having a quality conversation with that person. And then the main things in here that are important to you, I tried to highlight in bold. So the Podio, the lead manager guideline document, the Podio walkthrough, the lead manager word track right here. So this is the script. Yeah. This one is not as important. That one is important, but not for your training. This one is important. That one's not as important. The call recordings are important. That's how you're going to learn faster.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking of doing today.
Yeah, and then the comping cheat sheet, that's I wouldn't even worry about comping for right now. I'll handle all the comping. Don't even worry about comping. This is a good document to look at. These are just books and affirmations and stuff. Ooh. This is probably a good video to watch too. Lead manager resource training.
So the smartphone is an app?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a smartphone right here. It's an app on your phone. They also have a Google Chrome extension. So it comes here, and then I can I can hit a seller and I can click to call right from Podio. So this person, I could just call them right here, right out of Podio, or send a text. Or oh, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Yeah, so then I can right here I can, oh snap, they added it. We were just talking about this yesterday. They didn't have inbox search, but it looks like they just updated it, and so now you can search your inbox. Oh, that's freaking awesome. I love it. So that's one thing I like about smartphone. They're always updating the platform. Yeah. So when you log in, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You'll be able to have it on your phone. You'll be able to get the notifications in your browser. You'll be able to jump in here in the app and go to text messaging or to the dialer. And you'll be doing this sort of thing with these leads. They'll already be ready from Podio. And I walk through this in the 2 training videos I sent you. So I sent you one on WhatsApp. That training video, that Loom video is pretty good. It's a 2-hour video where I'm working with 2 of the lead managers. This one is a good video to watch to train. And then the Podio walkthrough will give you a good idea of what Podio is and how that looks. But and then the one I just sent you the other day, that's the one that has the where's it at? This one right here.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, this is a good one to watch too. Awesome. Yeah, so I would say I don't expect you to make if that's what you're worried about, Tony, I don't expect you to make calls like today or tomorrow. I just expect you to like get through these videos, like at least the 2-hour one, and then if you have questions after that, we can talk. And I think the best way to learn is like on your feet. So even if you're shadowing me on Monday or tomorrow, like just literally just watching me make calls and jumping in the virtual office with the team. Let me add you to that as well. So we have a virtual office that we work out of on Zoom. Basically, it's open 24 hours a day. And we all kind of squat up in there. Like usually at this time, I'm usually in there with them, talking with them and working through deals with them. So if you ever have like questions, the VO is great because even if I'm not available, someone on the team or someone on another team like Daryl or, you know, Solomon is in there. You know, you can always ask them for help on stuff. You know, I'll tell you who you can ask for help, and those people are usually being there if you ever need it. Okay, so this is the virtual office. You should get an invite for that. And then, this is the team meeting that we just got out of, so I'll invite you to this event too. Awesome. So what other questions do you have for me, Tony? I know it's like a lot at once, but what other questions can I answer for you?
I'm sorry?
What other questions can I answer for you?
Yeah, so when will I start tracking hours?
You could have tracked hours for the last meeting that we were just in, and this one.
I actually closed it because I was like thinking.
Oh no, we do paid training. It's just like, do you make it through training? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's why I'm saying like I don't expect you to make calls today because it's a little different than what you've already done. But like you have the skills. Like I think you're probably good on the phone. You know, you seem like a nice person. That's why we wanted you to join the team. But yeah, like I think just kind of getting familiar with, let me invite you to Podio. That will help as well. So
we used Podio before.
Okay, great. Yeah. It'll be good to jump in ours and just like work through here. Let me share my screen again. Just like look through the Seller Leads app. That way you're familiar with like what stuff is on our Seller Leads. But I walk through all of that in the Podio walkthrough. But I'll just give you access so that while you're walking it, if you want to jump in here and like play around with stuff, you're able to do that. All right. So you should be in our Podio. And yeah, so just knock out those training videos. Knock out the training videos. And we will go through everything once you're ready. We can have another meeting either later today or just again tomorrow around 11 before the 12 o'clock team meeting.
I'll check on these links that you highlighted, and also I'll finish the video for this training.
Perfect. Awesome. And then I know a lot of people. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say a lot of people ask me about script. I don't know if I already told you this or not. I don't believe in scripts, but I do believe in word tracks. And so that's what this is. If you're looking for a script, it's this document called Word Track. And it's just a guideline. See, I wrote it up here. It guides you on how a conversation should flow and the main points you should hit. Not all conversations will go in this orders. Make it fit you and your personality, right? And so
yeah, I was actually like trying to look for some previous emails that I have with real estate because I have a script there that we used before. So
yeah, you'll want to use this one. Like this is as close to a script as I'll give you. It has literally the flow of a conversation and conversations you should or questions you should ask. Yeah, and then you'll also get a vibe from it based on the call recordings that we have. And we do call calibrations and like role plays every day in the team meetings, and so you'll get a feel for those there too. Awesome. All right, Tony.
Okey-dokey.
Yeah. Well, let me know what other questions you have. If you have any issues with anything.
Well, I have one more question.
All right, let's go.
So what would be the schedule or the pay date for
So it would be bi-weekly pay, and the schedule is like 11 to 6 each day, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay, yeah, and there's opportunity to get more hours. There's opportunity for more pay. There's opportunity for what do you say? How do you say it? Like more role, more responsibility. There's opportunity to level up. You know, there's opportunity. You know, there's commission as well. So we try to make it a role that you're excited for, and
Okay.
we want you to work with us and get rich and achieve your goals and all that stuff too.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome, and buying more dogs, right?
No, 2 is really a lot. Don't worry.
I'm sure.
They spend my money more than I do.
Nah, but you got cute dogs. I actually want one just like that, just a little lighter brown. Awesome. All right, Tony. Well, it's been a pleasure. Let me know what other questions you have, and get you rock and rolling.
Yeah, I'll finish the videos and also this guidelines that you sent.
Perfect. Looking forward to working with you.
Yeah, I'll message you when I'm done with it.
Okay. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, you too.
All right, y'all. So that is the end of that meeting. We are rocking and rolling here, man. Jump into the video. $5:30 PST, 8:30 EST. Today, Thursday. Quote of the day, guys. A goal properly set is halfway reached. I love it. Hiccups.
What's up, dude?
What's up, y'all? Dialing in the sunshine.
Good. It's supposed to be like 103 today. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah. I love that. Well, there, not here. 103 here feels like I'm walking in an oven, but.
Oh yeah.
Man, this seller is like ducking my calls, dude.
Who's that?
The seller that we're supposed to get under contract for a creative deal.
Did you receive the signed contract from Shuttlesworth?
Yeah, everybody signed on that. That one's good to go.
Okay, cool.
Yo, doing StreamYard is gonna be very challenging today. I keep having to like turn off my screen and volume so I can like handle myself, if you know what I mean.
All right. So, you know what I noticed, man? I've talked to a couple people this morning, and everybody's seen the market adjusting.
And they're talking about it on the news now, so that helps as well.
Yeah, I just talked to that lady, Berlinda, remember? So this was a lady that was all over the place. One of the first people we talked to.
Berlinda Gaines? Oh
Berlinda Olivius.
Okay. Bro, we
She-
got
yeah. She has a property in Denver,
Okay.
and she's open to terms. She gave me what she was looking for. I think it's a little aggressive, but this is a property, dude, we talked about, and she's all over the place, and she's still all over the place. But I did flip the acquisition because you had random Airbnb comps on it and everything. I'm gonna give her a call back next week.
Perfect. I'll underwrite her too. I can't figure out. They're starting to send us texting leads and stuff on launch control, and I can't figure out. I think this is a real lead. I'm just gonna send it. It looks like a real lead, but it says launch control beast mode integration, so that's confusing me. Guys, we literally got a crap ton of leads today. So we actually had 2 VAs that were actually supposed to be in the meeting. The one didn't come. I'm actually just going to shoot her a message like, hey, it's okay. We went with someone else. I like legit. I don't even have the patience for it anymore. Like, if you don't show up when you're supposed to, or if you tell me you can do something and you don't, like, it's just, I don't have the time, and no one really does.
Well, if they can't show up on the first day, how are they going to show up any other day?
Right. Holy shit, I didn't even know I was unmuted here in the VO. I thought I was on StreamYard. But yeah, facts.
Oh,
like,
yeah, man.
yeah, there was supposed to be 2 people that came in today, Joy and Tony. So shout out to Tony, but Joy, you gotta go. I gave Christina too much leeway, right?
Yeah. It's just like Andre, man. I know that guy has potential, but
I forgot about Andre.
Oh, Christina's gone?
No, Andre is someone Brian recommended, and I talked to him, and I gave him a yes because he was door knocking after work, and Brian recommended him. And then he kind of just started fading away slowly after I invited him on the team. But he seemed so eager to join, so it was just it was really weird. I think maybe
mixed signals here.
And maybe his fear got over him, or maybe he didn't. He thought he had enough time to do it, and then when he looked, he really didn't.
Sound like my exes.
Well, did he? He had reached out to me a couple times. He's like, I got some questions. Let's go. I'm like, all right, bro. Anytime. Just hit me up. Let's talk. And then I haven't really heard from him. Dude, I know the guy has the potential. Just time management and life. Got to balance it.
Heck yeah.
What's wrong with people?
Yeah.
So I look forward to it, starting my own venture.
I want you guys to start your own business. I legit do. I just want you guys to hang out with me for 2 or 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hanging out, man, for sure. Probably longer than that. Honestly, I just want to talk to as many people as possible. That's what it's about for me. Paychecks are nice, but that's not my motivation.
So I was I'm gonna learn your whole business and then steal it and run away. It's nah, I'm just kidding.
No, I legit really want to know how to talk to people. I've struggled with that for a long time just because I'm so crass. I'm so straight to the point that it's just it's a hindrance.
I got you.
And I really need to calibrate myself for every person I talk to, and that's a big opportunity for me.
I had that problem once. I forget that I remembered it. I realized it. I was talking to my mom, and she asked me a question or said something. I literally just responded in what I thought was the most honest way possible, and she was so offended, and I just didn't understand. I was I don't get it. What did I say wrong? I felt so bad, but that just that pushed, and I was just starting in real estate then, and that pushed me down a path of hey, I need to understand where this other person's at, their type of personality, and the proper way to deliver that message to that type of person, so that I can tell them the truth in the way that they need to hear it.
It's like Chris Foss says, everyone likes someone who tells the truth as long as they care about how it lands.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
And I just didn't care how it landed.
Yeah, I think that was one of my problems too. So I definitely understand. Yeah, I got a spicy text lead. Who wants this thing? Oh wait. What? Why did they submit this as a lead? All right, I'm gonna just wait for them to respond back. Never mind.
I've had a few calls where I'm just like, how is this a lead?
Yeah, I try to filter through all of them. I think this one just might have legit been a test. So
Like, how are, I mean, I don't want to put anyone on blast, but how are, was it Brian and Mitch? How are they getting their leads?
That's this Brian.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian.
So with that, some guy reached out. I don't have any idea where they came from, where they're coming from. He's just like, hey, I have leads. Do you want them? So that's kind of how that works. And we pay him if we close something, but we pay him like $500 to $1,000 depending on what we make off of it. Which nothing is closed yet through him, but yeah.
It
All right, well, nothing against Brian then, because it's we're going to the source here. In my humble opinion, the source sucks. Every single one of those people I'm talking to are not motivated whatsoever, unless it's like a year from now kind of thing.
Yeah, I actually just I marked one of them dead. My South Carolina Olu. It's just not going to work out. He doesn't. He's just not motivated enough right now. So I marked it out for like February. I'll give him a call back, see how his market's doing, and see if he's ready yet.
Okay. Yeah, that is interesting. Did he ever? He never told you guys where he got how he was generating his leads?
Nope. I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
Probably from shitty VAs. That's the vibe I'm getting from these. It's sort of like a checkbox. Have you thought about selling your house? Yeah, for the right price. Okay, good lead. Like what?
Hot lead.
Yeah. We'll get hotter at that.
Yes, cool. Then we
I used some new leads earlier. You got the time?
Said you're ready for some new ones?
Yeah. I'm not gonna get started till I eat, but I'm gonna blast through them. I'm all caught up.
So, Patty, you said Jose Z, he's ready for an offer now?
Yeah, so he finally, like I said, he gave me the number of 500, and that could potentially work if he wants to do seller financing. But I think that I just didn't do well enough explaining it to him, maybe. I don't know. Because he said that he wasn't interested in it. But I think that maybe if I have you on the phone and explain it better.
I think you're a beast at pitching terms, but I can still jump on with you.
What's that?
I said I think you're a beast at pitching terms, but I can still jump on with you.
Yeah, I mean, I did my best to explain it to him. But yeah, he just, I don't know. I think it would be easier to tag team him.
Yeah. Were you the good cop? Should I be the bad cop?
I think, I don't know. I mean, me and him have, I mean, even when I call him, I'll say, hey, this is Patty, and he'll be confused as shit as to, like, who's Patty.
Yeah.
So maybe I didn't. Maybe I haven't built enough rapport with him yet. I don't know, but I mean, I've talked to him a handful of times, and I get a little bit more from him every time as far as like his background and you know what he's trying to do with his life.
Yeah.
Like I know that his son is in Africa. I think on a missionary, and he's 28, something like that. He just got married not too long ago. And she lives in San Diego, and he just got a job that he starts in June, the end of June, early July, and that's why he wants to sell.
Okay,
Is so that he can come down to SoCal instead of being in NorCal.
I got you.
Yeah. So I mean, like I'm getting the information from him, but he's a busy mechanic, so I think he puts everything on the back burner, and he just doesn't want to retain any information.
Really interesting.
Yeah. Like I think that's kind of the vibe I get from him. So
Always something with these funky sellers, huh?
right.
Oh, Todd, you getting some text leads, bro?
What?
I'm sending you like the ones I just sent you were text leads.
Text leads?
Text, like texting. Have you heard of that before?
Oh yeah. That's what you were saying.
It's like that.
I'm like text. A computer text? What? Well, that's good. I like texting. A lot of my leads, like, they just won't answer the phone, but they'll text me, and I'm just like, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah, that's why it's super key to texting, right? Because some of them, they don't even. The way that I see it is like, there's two types of texters, right? There's the texter who are sick of the phone calls, and so their texts are going to be really short. They're going to be really short texts, but they're still going to text you mostly. They're not going to answer your calls. Then you got the texter who's an actual texter. They will text you paragraphs. That's when you know you can close a deal over text, if they're texting you paragraphs.
Yeah, for sure.
Not like curse out paragraphs, but like I'm telling a story paragraphs.
I've got a third one to add to that list, and that's someone who's like too busy for calls.
That's true. Yeah. You got to catch them at the right time.
Yeah. Like with Teresa, like I was texting her like every freaking day, and like sometimes she wouldn't respond. I still text her the next day. Like, hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up? Hey, football as well. Hey.
Hell yeah. All right, I don't like any of these other leads that I have here for you, so I'm not going to send them to you.
Oh, there's more Brian and Mitch leads.
No, these are these are wholesaler canceled. Some of these are wholesaler canceled leads, and then some of these are just like regular leads from our cold callers that I don't know. I'll have the new lead manager follow up with these ones first. Unless you want to follow up with them.
Did you? No, I mean, thank you. I would rather not. You mentioned when I brought up Discord, did you say we already had a Discord, or that?
We have a Discord, we just don't use it.
Why not?
Because I'm gonna be the one that has to set it up and integrate it, and it is not a priority for me.
No, I feel that. I mean, what do you mean by integrate?
Like I'm gonna have to like move everybody over there, start telling everyone, hey, we're communicating here, and basically all the things that come with moving from WhatsApp, because it's not just the acquisitions team.
I mean, we wouldn't have to move to from WhatsApp. We could use it in conjunction.
Hey,
but
bro.
honestly, I mean, we could use Discord as Zoom, as WhatsApp, as everything.
Honestly, like I'm cool with it. Like I said, bro, just get with a Mecca and you guys organize that. I just know that like I'm not going to be willing to put any effort into that for like another.
No, I got you. I mean, it's just as simple as literally having the server, sending out the link to everyone. They join, and like that's it.
Here, bro, I'm gonna add you to our Discord so that you can do this, because I can tell you're passionate about it, and I'm not mad at it. I love it. So
Well,
I'm
the
gonna
main
add
thing
you.
is like it's just awesome because you can mute your headphones and you can mute your mic, and it's not all like people can opt in to watch your screen instead of like everyone seeing it automatically. It's just like a lot more customizable than Zoom is.
Hey, I like it, man. It sounds dope as hell to me. I'm gonna add you to the threads that we have here. What's your Discord thing?
Here, put it in the Zoom chat if I can find it. Got it. You see it, Oz?
Sure. Yeah, they just added some new chat feature on here. It looks like too. I keep getting a pop up about it. So so do I just how do I just add you in here?
You might have to add me to friends first.
I don't even know how to add a friend in here, bro.
Okay. Put your username in the chat.
How do I find my username?
It's in the bottom left corner. If you're on your computer, it's going to have your name there. You just click on it, and then it copies it. So original. Your name really is original. At least in this country.
Yeah, in this one.
You know anyone else named Bobo?
Yeah, I actually do. I know actually people with in my
They can't
same
be from
fraternity.
Nigeria.
Okay.
It's not allowed.
I know someone from Hawaii who has a name really close enough.
Well, that's
like
kind of,
Ola.
I don't know. Hawaii is kind of like not the U.S., depending on what islands you're on.
I've never been, but fair enough.
Okay, I got you. I'm adding you to friends. I'm waving to Olu. Are you on one of my crypto servers? You are.
Shit.
I didn't know you're into crypto, bro.
Little bit. Definitely. I got a few NFTs and shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Cool, man. I still don't know how to add you.
You go to the server.
Invite people. I found it. Okay.
There you go. Oh, look at that. You're learning how to Discord, bro.
All right. So take it away, my friend.
Literally, the way it's set up now is fine. Like, it's not more complicated than this.
Hey. Well, I am now championing you as Discord server OG. So you can help the rest of the team and myself migrate tap in there for voice meetings over the next week or two. That shit still confuses me, bro. I don't even know what it's saying, but can I record my meetings in there? Or?
Hold on. They probably have a feature like that.
All right, let me look at this.
Video settings.
I'm gonna look at this after money hours. This is now distracting me. All in good fun. All in good faith.
Okay, it doesn't look like they have that as an option to record it.
Okay, that was a fake lead.
Hey, Olu, did you have any luck with the reef?
Yeah, I did.